Oh, okay. I want to read this. God fucking damn it.
Roberts.
Oh no.
Reddit updated their privacy policy. Just FYI.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Holy moly, we're back. Back for another week of the Eye's End, but this is a special episode of the Eye's End. This is the beginning of the end of the Eye's End.
Yeah.
Part one of our finale as we come back together after a little break over the holidays, rejoining our party as they plan for the big final battle ahead. And we already got a Bane. That's quite impressive. Our sheriff is on the block.
You didn't even finish your intro.
Chorus is the Bane.
We haven't even started. What the heck? Okay. I like where this is going. All the Banes to the players possible, please. We want to wipe them. Okay. After 6 years, how great would it be if they all died?
You already wiped one of the
Can we
perfectly.
can we be heard? I just want to make sure. That,
Oh yeah.
we
Sound
can
check.
actually heard.
Sound check.
Check. 1, 2.
Good on my end, but
Testing.
we know how it is.
Very true.
I'm
I was on
coming
mute.
in
Can you hear
delayed.
me now?
Confirmation from the sheriff.
I think we are all good.
I heard myself. That's all that matters. All right.
much.
So last time we left off with the main
Diana's
group.
not here just yet.
Diana and Shadim are not here just yet. They'll join us shortly, and we'll do a little sound check for them when they get back. But last time we left off with the majority of the party. Shira, Taurus, Lyria, Edmund, Alberic, all together with the angels of Vitrolan. They had finally convinced them and their leader, the giant Yargo, who the angels call father or daddy, depending on what age they resemble most.
God damn.
And you had convinced them that there was a threat on its way to Vitrolan. They were a little bit, they didn't believe you at first, but eventually they came around to the idea. And now they're prepared to defend their home with you, using the force of the resistance to aid them against the oncoming threat. Now, the cloud, which Xanabin sent from Windrow over to Vitrolan, it moves rather slowly. And so you have a few days of preparation before the enemy actually arrives. Around 5 days, nearly a week of preparation. And during this time, there may have been certain things that your characters would have liked to do. And so we will begin with that. Back in Vitrolan, in the large log house, you're all gathered there. I would like you all to tell me and talk amongst yourselves what you would like to do during this time before Xanabin arrives.
Let's roll initiative.
Let's just get right into the meat of it.
Is
Is
that
that-
there?
Neslin is not there. Neslin and Joe are elsewhere, and we'll go check in on them shortly.
Yes.
They've had some adventures of their own, which we did over the holidays in the form of one-shots, which you can find on our VODs over on YouTube.
Wow. Wowie zowie.
So, Lyria seems like she's prepared for battle.
I meant roll initiative for who does what first in the
Oh.
hunt.
Well, no, I mean, I think some people might have a better idea of what they want to do than others. If anybody
I
wants to
don't-
speak up first, that's fine.
I have a
Yeah.
broad.
I mean, I have some
I'm
ideas.
shouting. Lyria for sure is prepared for battle. I think that she probably spends a little bit of time each day, like knowing the battle is coming, like going out, making arrows, making sure that her bow is like strung properly and like taken care of magically, and like practicing using the slime. So it's like you see her with like some training dummies, probably a little montage of like does like a jump and like shoots an arrow and then lands next to another dummy. And then her armor, the silvery parts of her armor, like lash out automatically and like hit the dummy. So she kind of like gets used to the new setup, and you can see that. I think the spiritual nature of Vitrillon, she tries to draw energy from it using her arcane archer, like using her knowledge of magic and the very different knowledge from her brother. And I think through studying the magic of Vitrillon, I'm going to gain like a kind of like a spiritual touch of magic, which allows me to cast Cause Fear. As a fun cheeky little spell that I am able to do. So I think that, potentially she looks very serious and very kind of like imposing in this like regal looking armor fit for an exiled queen.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, she's got a lot to lose, so she's like super extra.
Yes, super, super
I
extra.
imagine. I also imagine this whole time there's the Eye of the Tiger playing, so.
Excellent.
Oh, and Urnos is here too. I think Urnos, after the last battle, since he got so hurt, I'm probably like taking care of him, feeding him a whole bunch, and like making sure he's good. And I'm like, if we get into another battle, Urnos, you gotta run. You have to fly. You circle overhead, and if something happens to me, you can try and save me. But honestly, I'd rather I died. He's like,
Oh, that conversation.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
You have to go on without me. I won't.
go
Or
back
like
to
rocks
Belgium.
That sounds great. But
Last will and testament tied like into his collar or something, or his harness, so that Beldrin would find it potentially.
Yeah, he definitely would return back to the resistance base if he could, but
I don't know.
quite reluctant to listen to your words on this topic specifically. But by contrast, your brother Taurus is preparing in his own way, perhaps. How's Taurus doing?
Taurus is still kind of focused in on becoming one with the daddy and the sister, and joining them if that's where he'll be most useful. And so he's probably waiting by it was kind of like a forge, or was like
It was a hearth.
a hearth. He'll stay nearby, and he'll meditate for a very long time. He can take breaks to help anybody who needs it, but
Okay. Yeah, and meditate you do. The crackling of the hearth calms you as you focus on your magic and your energies and the energies of all your allies and these people, these angels, these giants that are also spell forges, and the immense amount of power that courses through them and into you. So Taurus will remain there for the most part of these remaining days, channeling that energy. And I think our other armored lad had some thoughts to go through himself, Albric.
No longer armored, but with a shield. Albric's gonna go see Misha.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Misha, may I speak to you for a little bit?
Yeah, sure, Albert.
I realize that I have a different form now, but before I felt a connection to stone, to metalworking, but now I don't know what it is. But I mean, whatever you did to me definitely changed how I look, but I feel nature. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like these tendrils that were part of your ritual. I feel like there's still some inside. giving me access. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to really define what this is, but can you maybe tell me what it is how you commune with nature?
How?
It's a weird feeling that this connection, and I kind of want to understand it better.
It was always something I had an innate want to communicate with nature when I was young. There was always, I have friends, I have family, but there's just something about nature that gave me that pull. There's something calm and serene and just it gave me that pull to it. It's I mean, I never had any mentors. Me being a dragonborn in the tundra, I didn't really have many druids there to guide me as well. So it's all stuff I learned myself, and I guess that connection is just wanting to maybe just be my own person and be free, essentially, and maybe I think what happened is that when I reincarnated you, I acted perhaps as how would I best describe this? As like a gap? I bridged the gap between you and nature, perhaps? It's I can't really explain myself. It's not something I've ever been able to properly learn, but I mean, the fact that you have it, it's maybe it was something you've always had, you just didn't realize, and you just need a new perspective. A halfling's perspective.
That's possible. I don't know if this is a perspective that all halflings might have, to be honest. But I mean, before I came back, I feel like I spoke to my grandfather.
Well, I mean, everything is connected to nature and to Earth. It's part of the cycle of life. We grow up, we live, and we return to the Earth, and the Earth renews us. We either as come back as some, fertilizer for plants, end up being food for animals.
No, I see your point. And if you don't mind, I think I might hang around just a little bit around you and just to understand this little, I guess, newer connection I have. I think you can help me out with that if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll show you a few ropes that I've learned.
I'd appreciate it. It might make me feel a bit less like a stranger in my own body.
Well, we can also maybe find a way to connect this new connection to nature with your innate skills for crafting and smithing and all that. So
I don't believe I lost that. I was still able to make my shield, and I was pretty happy with the result. Even I guess my dwarven self would have been, I think, relatively happy. So I don't think I lost that touch per se, but I suppose I just gained a new one.
well, I think the best thing we can do is just learn from each other.
I'd like that.
I'd like that too. I squeeze in for a little hug.
Albrecht now outside of his armor is like, oh, I can actually give this. I can actually return these now.
Aw.
Yeah.
Returns the
He's
hug to me.
huggable now.
Oh, he's squishy.
Beautiful. And so over this time, Misha will maybe spend a little more time with Alberic and help guide him to a better connection with his surroundings.
Also, hello, I'm here.
Hi, slushy boat.
Just wanted to be sure that my sound check is good. Can anyone hear me? And because Sherlock, you're on the job. And at the same time, I wanted to say that I would love to join Irea in her arch training. I think it's a great time to maybe compete, improve each other, and maybe create some tactics. during our battle. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd like do like a couple shots the first time, and you're like, you jump
And I
in,
show
you
up.
attack. Yeah.
There you go. Especially because I have acquired a new spell, which I think, or I hope, is going to be useful in our battle. And that is silence, hopefully. I can silence him up, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. So I practice my spell as I do, too.
Excellent.
Mm.
And our little, no, well, not so little, dragonborn, Edmund.
Hey.
We'll double that as a sound test here. Make sure we hear you on screen.
Good.
I think it's working again.
Yeah. I think before Edmund does anything, he wants to try and find Lyria and Taurus.
Okay.
Maybe if they have a moment together at some point. And I want to bring just like two, just like big old gears to them and be like, guys, it's kind of weird to ask. But I got 2 more infusions that are kind of permanent. And you could either make a message written or a voice message. And I think you guys, being our voice, our kind of commanders of sorts, maybe in a dire time of need, I could kind of amplify this message to everybody else. I'm not so good with words. I'm better with building. So thought I'd maybe have you guys think about it and record a little thing into here. I think it might help.
That is very cool.
Did you mean to call Lyria?
The both of you. You kind of seem like a package deal.
Do you come to us? I think. Do you come to us separately, or do you wait till like we're together or something?
I wanted to find a moment where you're together.
Okay. Over the one of the days.
Yeah, one of the days.
I probably would have like a light sparring match with you. Use my new slick silver saber and like little brother sister fighting.
Yeah, for sure.
They can really move.
Misha is absolutely cooking dinner all these nights, by the way.
Oh yes.
Oh, I can't wait for it.
Somehow the best week of the campaign yet. What's happening?
Nisha dinner.
The best.
I don't know. I really don't know what to say, Edmund. I guess I look at Taurus, and I look back at you, Edmund, and I go, I guess I am very bossy, and I have the exact words. I have shenanigans. This is like a recorded message that you'll broadcast?
Yeah. I'll leave it with you. You just click down in the middle whenever you're ready. I'll record it. It can be written too. I'll find some way to amplify it. I always find a way. Tick, tick,
So I have shenanigans for the DM.
Okay.
So I have, it's one of the core features of this class, which is that I can, and by this class I mean the tactics, the battle tactics or whatever class for fighter. I can use the help action as a bonus action at range if they're within 30 feet of me. Can I record some sort of like a inspiring kind of like speech of like how good everyone is, or something along those lines?
Okay.
Battle speech?
It could be, yes, it could be played back and give that bonus
so.
action, help action, essentially through this thing.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're doing here, and I love it. But you're gonna have to give a speech at whenever this happens.
I'm down. 100%.
Beautiful.
It cuts off at 25 words though. So
Oh, that's a short
Mini
speech.
speech, yeah.
115 characters.
Start planning it out now.
300
Excellent.
if you pay for blue.
it could be a picture too. So you got two of them.
That counts as one character.
I look at Taurus. I think I'll give a short but concise speech. What do you think you'll do?
I think, though our last names are not the same, we do share similar minds, because I also have shenaniganry.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but it
You
sounds
picked the right
great.
shit again. Shenanigans.
I have Commander's Strike, which lets me use a bonus action to direct an ally that can see or hear me to use its reaction to make an attack.
Okay.
So I would also like to record something to, like, direct them to strike now.
What's the range on your? What's the
see
range
or
on both
hear.
of these features?
That's
Mine's
it.
30 feet.
30 feet.
If they can see me or if they can hear me.
Really?
Yeah, an ally that can see or hear you. So I mean, same thing.
Oh, okay. I
they're the
guess
ones
as
that-
long as I don't know if there's like a base range for that, but okay, yeah. That'll definitely, with Edmund's amplification, I could see that could be quite useful. Yeah. Hold on to that shenaniganery, and I think that's great. Edmund, you got all that?
Mm-hmm. I got
Beautiful.
it. I got it. Oh, I also have one more thing. I'm gonna go over to Misha.
Oh.
And be like, Dragonborns for life. at one
Dragonborn!
point.
Yeah!
Freaking tail smack. And be like, I always worry about my fellow Dragonborn, even though you're so tough. But you always save my tail. And I hope this comes in handy.
And I give her like a big old gear too, but this one's like green and has a push-in button too.
This one has a little cure wound spell. Second level. You can use it 6 times. So use it wisely. I want to make sure you're safe out there.
Oh, Edmund, I'm always gonna look out for you, okay, buddy?
I'll put down like my big old dragon hat now to cover my face. Little tears.
Oh, it feels good to have friends.
Edmund, let's work on a handshake together, okay?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
I've never done one before.
Me neither. That's why it's gonna be fun.
Okay, as long as there's a tail, low tail, high
Of
tail,
course.
whatever
Don't
we
worry.
call it. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the rest of the time, Edmund's just gonna disappear up to like the walls or parapets, I guess. Is there some sort of
No,
walkway?
this is a pretty. I mean, this is a giant village, and I don't mean that it's like a large village. I mean it's a village for giant people. So there's only a few houses, but they're fairly widely spaced apart from each other. They're made out of pretty rudimentary materials, nothing too fancy. Even the construction seems fairly primitive. And there's a major large one, which is like where the hearth is. It's like the log house there, the main lodge. But there's no walls. What you do know is that further up into the village, there's a cliff face, a massive cliff face overlooking the ocean. And there's what looks to be like a dock almost built along the edge of the cliff. So there's no large walls or anything, but you can climb up onto the docks and look over the ocean.
Okay, and we have a week. I have a weird little spell, a 4th level spell called Fabricate, where if I have raw materials, I can use it to construct something not too like complex. Like if I have trees, I can make like a wooden bridge or rope, and it can make certain things. I wonder if I can make a sort of wall
Okay.
using the materials that I have to kind of fortify our area a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah, the spell's called Fabricate. It's a 4th level spell.
I mean, certainly. Is this a permanent fabrication, or does it last a certain amount of time?
It's pretty sure it's
Might be permanent. Okay.
You just can't use it to make like weapons or armor or anything like that.
Sure. Yeah, you can certainly make walls. As you're contemplating that, and as the rest of the group is taking their time over these few days, you notice that Yargo is chipping away at blocks of wood, large trunks that he's brought over from the woods, and he's begun carving them with his tools. And you see that as each day goes by, they become more and more detailed in the shapes of these large, giant warriors, the humanoids. And they're kind of sitting in place with their arms crossed, and the details in their face and on their bodies become more and more detailed. You see he even goes so far as to create a sword and a shield for one and an axe and a shield for the other, adorning them with them, and even having Boginia sew up some large fabrics to drape over them.
Dude, your stuff is gorgeous.
Well, thank you. I have many years to practice.
I might bite your style for my magnum opus.
Well, I've seen you working from the corner of my eye, and you do things very differently than what I am used to. But it is quite intriguing. Perhaps you can show me sometime.
Absolutely, man. Sometimes you just gotta listen to the rhythm of the beat of the world, the tick. Sweet, sweet tick.
And he kind of just looks out over into off across at the horizon of the ocean and the sky meeting, and he just stares there for a good few minutes, just taking it in.
I would be like, listen closely. Everything's connected. Moves with time. Up there, that's the clock god, making it all move. And you can feel it if you listen closely. With your heart, it beats.
You are very wise for your size.
He gets back to work, and he's chipping away a little bit more. And you see, as he's working, he's constantly changing his size to accommodate what he needs to work on. Boginia, on the other hand, is doing what her fellow angels are asking of her, but she tags along here and there, especially hangs around Irea and Shira and Misha, kind of popping up here and there, and sometimes she'll just sort of be in the background behind a tree, looking at you guys. Every now and then she'll come in and join what you guys are doing, or just to observe.
I actually did want to talk with Misha and Boginia if it's possible.
Ooh.
Um,
Vampire sisters.
I know it might sound a bit sad, but I just want to make sure that if ever things don't go well with me, that I return back to where I wish to return. Virginia, I have a feeling that one of the trees is someone really close to me. And I was wondering if ever Misha can bring me there, and you, Virginia, take care of the rest. I just want to be close by her.
She starts bawling her eyes out.
Oh, don't cry. It's okay.
But she eventually just sort of wipes her nose and
And that way we're also going to be close by.
Is that amazing?
If you ever want to talk to me.
Oh.
Mason jar.
Thank you.
You guys are the best family.
Aww.
And at some point, she'll rush over to you guys and give you both a hug and express that she doesn't want you to leave. Despite the serious tone underlying these last few days, she's been having a great time, even if she gets scolded by Dee. She enjoys it. Every now and then, you see her kind of maybe even a little bit. She'll suddenly just sort of walk away, and it seems like maybe she misses Asgavalion a little bit too. But
I'll make you a promise, Virginia. If things go well, I will visit every year if I can.
Her eyes light up.
Hmm.
She starts like bouncing around you, and she gets really excited. And that particular day that you said that to her, she just like sticks around you all day, and it's like
No.
really annoying, you know.
It's okay. I'll take it. I'll accept a little bit of annoyance before a battle.
It might be early to celebrate, but I think that's a great idea, Shira. We can make it a holiday.
That would be sweet. Maybe it would be a reason for all of us to get back together if ever we disperse after.
That'd be wonderful. We can have a feast and play with Boginia.
I would love to think about that. A time where we can just focus on being happy.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna make that happen.
We'll work our hardest for it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, your food is delicious, Nisha. Where do you figure out all these recipes? You gotta tell me. And then it zooms out.
It goes, the drone pans away up into the sky. You get like a view of all of Vitraland. And as this is happening, as on the last day, I think maybe somebody can scout ahead, or you can tell in the shifting of the air that a storm is coming.
I would like to do something roughly an hour before. Or you know what? I'll make it 8 hours before so I can get a long rest and get my slot back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question before we
Yes.
go any further, even with what Misha's saying, which is on the last day, is this the day that the storm shows up, or is this the last day before the storm?
It's the last day before the storm.
Okay, so like the next.
It's like the calm
morning.
before the storm. It's like you feel the winds begin to pick up. There's just like a general. It's like a little bit brisker, a little cooler, and you sense this strange disturbance in the air, you know. But before it really arrives, yes, this is the last evening.
Okay, cool. There's something specific I would like to do on the last day, during the last day. So,
I also have a couple more things I could make too.
Okay.
Yeah.
a bunch of.
Can you make a super powerful arrow so I can shoot it right in Xanabin's eye? That would be great.
Okay, well,
Strongest arrow you got.
just to keep this going though, we'll each one of it, whoever has anything they want to do on the last day, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Well, because my
we will-
plan. Oh, sorry.
No. I mean, I think I have an idea of what you want to do, but
Yeah.
who would like to go first? Brent, do you want to just do what you need to do?
I needed like a long talk with Taurus. So.
Okay. So we'll wait for that. The two of you will have a moment together. Edmund, what are the things you want to prepare?
Ooh, baby. I have the belt of the hill giant. So I'll just make a big old clockwork belt. Whoever wears it will get a 19 to their strength.
Holy.
Oh, sorry, not a 19. Actually, it does something stupider. They get a 21 to their strength.
Oh, even crazier.
And the other one will be for me. Because I think unless I take off the sending stones, I think we don't need those sending stones at this point.
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, so I'll take off those and
Those are the
make
bank.
a little headband for myself. The headband of intellect that makes my intelligence 19.
Very cool.
Yeah, and the belt's up for grabs. I'll just kind of like finish it and be like, it's done. Who needs it? I think I'll make you stupid strong. No, we'll leave it out to the group one night during dinner. I won't even explain myself. I'll just like drop it on the table and run back to what I'm doing.
I mean, if I
we know
think of
the-
pure strength, I look at Albert.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think we know the best contenders for this.
I don't need it.
You don't need that
I
anymore?
appreciate it, but,
Ah, shoot.
And
alright.
I think the last
Forest?
thing I wanted to do was copy off the other dude's style and build a giant wooden giant out of those two trees, Dory and Brogy, and try and set them up for a little familiar move.
Okay.
And I'll save it.
Yeah. So the two giants, Dory and Bragi, are the two carvings that Yargo has been working on. They're both sitting guarding almost like the edge, the cliff, the edge of the cliff of Vitraland. They're sort of looking off over into the ocean, but they're just wooden carvings. They haven't moved at all. And when you come around, how do you mess with them? You know.
I think what I have one more spell, which is the glyph of warding. I think I could put, yeah. I could put a spell into it, and when it triggers, it'll activate the spell. I can store a spell prepared 3rd level or lower. Has to have a single target or an area and be stored in the effect and cast this way.
Yeah, if you want it to be like a, you don't have to say exactly what kind of glyph you're putting on it. But at some point when you saw Yargo working on them and you had that little exchange, he even offers like, please use your tools. I would love to watch. And he becomes like your size, and he just kind of stands there and like watches you work at eye level.
I really appreciate that.
And he just kind of looks at you like, huh? Like, what do you mean? He's just doing it. Yeah. So after Edmund, was there anyone else?
I'd like to go next.
Yeah. Sorry. And a necklace that makes someone's constitution 19. That's it. I'm done now.
Okay.
I'll leave that out as well with the belt.
I don't know if I need. Oh, I could.
Do they require attunement?
Yes, it does.
That's the catch.
19 con's pretty good though.
Yeah. Would that, if I wild shape, that stays with me, right? Oh no, I don't think it. I think
no, because you get a different HP pool when you wild shape.
But your HP when you come back from the wild shape is still the same.
Yeah, that's true. It's just I don't know if I plan to. Well, I'll think about it. And
I could use con.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Especially how zip zap fast you are. You could use a bit of roughening.
Just a regular necklace with a little clock, Flavor Flav style.
Okay. So 21, you said?
No, 19 con. The belt gives 21 strength.
Okay.
I'm liking this little artificer.
Just doing what I do, baby.
And Misha, what would you like to do?
Misha would like to find a place. I'm gonna say the clouds are coming from the east, right? So I mean from the west, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so east side, perhaps somewhere on the way to the ocean, a little small wooded area. She would like to focus on that area for a bit and create a druid grove. Druid grove. Her basic plan is to make a little safe haven. If ever anyone, she's going to relay this to everyone, but she basically wants to make like a little a hidey hole.
Right. Okay.
So if anyone ever needs to go escape, recuperate, they can go there, and it'll protect them. Yeah, there's a lot of shenanigans in this thing. There's fog. There's some like vines underneath, and there's like I can have up to 4 trees turn into guardians. It's crazy.
Okay, so it's like a little bunker.
Yeah.
In case things go south. Okay.
Yeah, so I think during dinner time, during the last night, Misha's going to share the location of this grove, and she's going to specify while she's casting her companions that are immune to the negative effects of this grove.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and as an extra precaution, she's going to make a password, so that anyone who speaks the password will become immune, in case some other friendly fire shows up and we need to allow them entry. And the password she relays is going to be I haven't thought about that.
Draconic.
And draconic.
Jam.
Jam.
Yo,
It's
jam.
jam.
Let's do
Oh
it.
my god.
It had to
Draconic.
Or
be.
it can be the combination scones and jam.
Scones and jam.
In Draconic.
Draconic.
She teaches you guys this in Draconic.
Did someone say draconic jams?
And I'm just like watching, like, oh, okay.
I think during her speech, she just wants to quickly say, she's like, I know all of you. I know you're all strong. I know you're all willed. But if ever you need to rest, to think, to survive, so that we can win this, please don't hesitate to use the grove. Yay. Cheers to
Yeah,
that.
a little teary-eyed for sure, thinking about it.
You guys are the best.
And Bogini even goes, is it like my home?
Yeah.
Little spot in the woods.
Go check it out. You're free to go do it. Go.
He's like, okay. You got to tell me where it is, though.
Yeah, I'll show you.
and when you show her, when you get there and she looks around and she's all excited about it, she will pick a tree in the grove, and she'll say, "But this could be our shortcut." And she whoosh, opens it up and whoosh, jumps in it, and she appears back in Vitroland.
Yeah. Perfect.
And so there will be a tree there that people can use to get to and from the grove.
Perfect.
Yo.
I also want to add just a touch of flavor when Misha works onto the giant trees. That energy kind of emanates into myself a little bit. I'm close by, I'm watching it happen. And so I gain the power of guardian of nature.
Ooh, yeah.
That's what they have. I can become a giant tree now if I ever want to.
Yeah.
So
Girl.
there's something about it that I just kind of like, that gives me an idea.
I could become a tree.
I can become the tree.
I want to be a tree. And maybe I'm
Right.
showing this to Albert too.
Mm.
Showing
Yeah.
the potential.
To feel some of that nature's
Nature, yeah.
energy.
Are you feeling it now, Albert?
I mean, I don't feel like a tree, but I do feel a warmth and a synergy from the land around me.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and that warmth in particular, it draws you. When you have a chance to just be in the quiet of nature, what you feel most strongly is that warmth, and it draws you deep into the earth, like almost like you're following the roots of the trees deeper and deeper. And there's a familiarity there. The longer you focus and the deeper your mind goes. And that heat builds up slowly and slowly. But no.
Look, you do what you want on your last night.
Last night, everyone.
The question is with who, though?
Who says Misha differentiates?
One with nature takes a whole new meaning.
Oh. And there were the siblings, I believe, that wanted to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how much Taurus wants to talk to Irea.
What does that mean?
Doesn't mean it.
All it means is I think there's been a lot of tension, and I think that maybe some of it diffuses a bit over these days, where we're training and you're focusing, and then we have like light sparring while dinner's being made, and then we go eat, bowls of food together, and we're all together laughing and having these like last moments. I think, with Misha having like these heavy words to impart, and having these I think like solo moments, all of us to think and reflect. And I think that one of the moments that Lyria thinks about is the state of things with the Zen family.
Mm-hmm. True. Our sisters are still lost.
They're somewhere. And Duharis is still a mess. And I think that no one here understands that more than Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
And so I probably, on that last, like that blustery day that's happening with the cold kind of creeping in, the darkness kind of coming forth and literally blanketing the land as we stand and wait to fight something powerful that's trying to destroy and change the world as we know it. And I think I would like to roll stealth.
Okay.
Which is a 21, which I think beats your passive perception.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Good. So I think that, maybe you meditating and you're coming back towards like where the rest of everyone is. And I think that Lyria, just from like a tree or something waiting for you, is going to like drop down and just hug you from behind and kind of like tackle you to the ground.
No.
And I could just want to kind of like legit wrestle you for a second.
What is the meaning of this? What? Get off me. Trying to like pull you off my back.
This
You
is another
just
weird
Yeah,
dream.
so we
the
start
ground.
tumbling around and wrestling. I would love to roll a contested like athletics check.
I allow it.
You should have taken the bill, Taurus.
I do have a bane, so thank you. Getting rid of my bane for the battle.
Totally forgot about that.
Wait a minute, is this
It
metagame?
was a 19 or a 4.
You got a 4?
Yeah.
I got a 4.
Stop.
Evenly matched.
Twinsies!
Well, not a 4 total. 4 in the die.
Oh well, I've got a 4 total.
Oh, okay. Sorry. 15.
I'm sorry.
We're level
Well-
20. Come on.
Fucking long.
I rolled a 4 in my stealth, and that was a 21, so I get it. I win one thing, and I think you wrestle me, and you kind of like win. You pin me, and I think you maybe finally notice as you like get me off your back and start like taking control, is that Lyria has like some tears in her eyes, and I just look at you and smile, and I go, "You're so strong, and I'm so proud of you, and I wish we could all be home with our family, and it didn't have to be just this all the time."
Like I'll keep my grip on you from the wrestling. This is more even these last few days have been more family than I've had almost my whole life. I think I want to bring this back to Duhast with you. If we win, when we win. I don't want things to be like before.
I want that, and I want things to change there. I think that I won't ever forgive Kalastra, no matter how much I miss her and how much I wish that I could turn a blind eye like I used to.
We must make things better. And I think, Lyra, you already have, You have no reason to show me this kindness. I've likely made you feel deserted or unloved. And yet here you are, tackling me from behind, but with the love in your heart. It's a side of you that I wish to see more of. It's a side of myself I wish to explore.
I'd like lean into a bit. I've wanted you to, all along be more independent, not trust the system, and you've done it. And now that you've, gone, you've walked away from it, I feel maybe I do feel somewhat left behind, but it's not your fault. And I want you to know, like, this is what I've wanted for you. And I think that it's just, I don't want to fall behind. I want to be walking up there with you. But I have to do it as a Zen, because I don't think I get to just wash the sins of our family away. I'm complicit in that, and hopefully will be the last generation to do that.
I'll bring myself up and I'll try and bring you up with me.
Yeah, I come up with you.
You will stay by my side out there. Very well. Then we will enter the battle together as equals. We will show everyone just the best that House Zen has ever produced. And I'll grasp onto your shoulder.
I think I kind of like let you do that, but roll into a little bit, and I just want to give you a big hug. I think something that Lyra hasn't done this whole campaign, and at the same time do something that only a little sister would do, which is just wipe my face on your shirt so that my tears are gone. And as I pull away, I would like one of my oozes to go onto you. And so you can have one of the slick silver oozes, and essentially the way that I want to do it the same way for your character, where it's part of your armor essentially. So the first 50 hit points will be the ooze until it drops dead, essentially.
So
And then it
50
has to
temp
rest.
HP.
Yeah, it's like 50 temp HP, and then I can send you the sheet for the ooze. It has a couple of things it can do.
Damn. I just don't know what to say.
Happy birthday, Taurus. Hold on, Jazir.
I'm like looking for something to give you back. Happy birthday, Irea Zen.
It's not my birthday, it's yours. Kind of like tug you along. And we go back to camp, hopefully.
And as you do, as that day wraps up, as the darkness of night creeps in, and all of you are maybe a little uneasy, or maybe you're resting fine, maybe the thought of battle excites you a little bit, you begin to hear the gentle tappings of raindrops.
Let's hear.
Oh man, it's almost that time.
And we are going to move away from Vitralan all the way in the east, and we go all the way to the west. In Xarn Tower, Neslin and Little Joe are rushing up the staircase of a secret path within the walls, led by a Warforged named Texworth. As the two of you are making your way up these steps, Texworth is relatively quiet, but he guides you nonetheless, winding corners through small little tunnels that are easier for Neslin to crawl through than Little Joe. Nonetheless, he brings you through all these strange, winding mechanical tunnels. And during this time, you have a brief recollection of the events leading up to this moment. Neslin was captured when his jetpack exploded and he was launched up into this very cloud that now hangs over Vitrolan and transporting him to Xarn Tower. But in there, he was taken by Copperrain, a powerful necromancer who did some experiments on him, put him through a few tests. And at the end of these tests, Copperrain offered her heart and the core of Texworth to Neslin. For Neslin is a conduit, and he has within him a special power. The Chaos Brew, which turned him into a sorcerer when he was but a young lad. So now he finds himself with this unknown connection to a family member of Xanabin's and to this robot that is guiding him. And Little Joe, he broke off from the rest of the party to go searching for clues of his missing family in the Kingswood, where the Kingswood was burned by Xanabin's forces, and all the fey creatures that lived there were put in harm's way, taken as slaves and put to work, taking the vital life fluids from the forest, the burnt forest, and extracting it into this thick sap-like substance, which the Warforged were collecting and sending to a nearby town, a city, known as New Barrows. And after finding and saving his family, Little Joe made his way over to New Barrows and discovered a factory using this sap for some sort of purpose. And eagerly, he jumped down a chimney, but it wasn't smoke that was coming out of the chimney. It was clouds. And he found himself in an unfamiliar place. The same place as Neslin, Xarn Tower. And by chance, happened to find the little gnome and his robot friend. And together they all set off towards the top of the tower. Are there any thoughts going on in your minds at this moment? And maybe thoughts, maybe words you want to speak to one another. You don't have the luxury of 5 days of spending time with your allies. You were dropped right into it, and you have made your way from the bottom of the tower, wherever you arrived in the tower, up towards the top of it. Maybe only a few hours are passing in this moment.
Do we know exactly where we're being taken?
You only know that you're being taken to the top of the tower, and that Texworth has essentially a final directive from his previous master, Copperrain, to guide you to the top.
I'm also assuming, because I'm in tune with that core, I guess a part of that person's soul, I could sort of, I could tell his intentions are pure. That's what I'm assuming. I'm not being scammed or anything.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's a very good point. You do feel that it is quite sincere, and you have a connection to Texworth as well. And you feel that the three of you, although Copperrain is no longer there, have a form of deep connection simply through the bond that you created when you used your conduit powers on Texworth's core.
Did me and Little Joe like ever chat, or like how tight of a schedule do we have basically? Like
It's
have we
tight.
chatted prior?
You would have a few moments to exchange some words, maybe as you're running up the narrow halls. But little Joel maybe is just reeling from a bit of an intense high after, he's got like 3 joints in his mouth. So you're basically just there with Texworth at the moment. We lost Bernia for a bit, so we'll just wait until he gets back.
He got hit too hard from his.
Yeah, he's just
burden.
kind of, he's just following along. Seems relatively confused. If you want to ask Texworth any questions, though, please feel free to do so.
So,
go
ahead.
Can I also ask what you ate this whole time while you were in the tower?
The Neslin was in a tube for essentially the entire journey through Vitralan. And so it was literally like the last day or the day before that he was taken out to be experimented on, and he had some trials. And now it's like that same day, and he's just running up the tower.
Now I could talk to fish.
And little Joe traveled the opposite direction across Irea. So he made a few stops along the way, eventually reaching New Barrows, and then that day he went through the cloud and appeared in the tower. So the timelines are very different for the two.
So basically, like as Little Joe DC, like Neslin's like talking to him and telling him this whole story, but like at like ×5 speed. So this is what happened, Joe, and then you like got it. And then he's just fully blazed as he reconnects.
Whatever, man.
All right, let's go.
Whatever, man.
But yeah, so then
I'm supporting you. I don't know where I'm at, bud.
Just follow me. I have a good sense of direction.
And Texworth goes, no. You follow me. You understand? And he continues up ahead.
Yeah, we follow him.
Hey, who's the robot?
He's my cousin. Just trolling him entirely. He's just gonna.
All right.
Yeah. I warn you, though. At a certain point, I will no longer be able to guide you. You will have to go through the tunnels yourselves.
Get Little Joe fit.
Oh, tunnels.
The upper level of the tower is completely forbidden for Warforged to enter. If I go there, I will put you both at risk. So you must travel alone.
Risk of what?
Of being found out. Xanabin will know.
Will he know that I have this core? I show him the core that I have. Because it's like a Warforged core, right?
Yeah. And he goes,
No, you are fine. Coprain made adjustments to my core when they fused their heart with my core.
All right. Is there anything we should know before we get off?
What you will find there is a basin, a shallow pool of water. It will return you to your friends. But you must not stay in that room for long. Do you understand?
We'll
It
see
is far
about
too
that.
dangerous.
Yeah, let's
Turn
understand.
to our friends?
We have friends.
and Texworth turns to you and goes,
You are with the Resistance, are you not?
Aren't we at the tower?
Yeah, we're at the tower.
You are. And this is likely the most dangerous place you
of
can
course.
be.
Viva la Resistance, dude.
Does Neslin know about like the tower and like what its significance is, or he's just at the tower?
make
whatever.
a history check.
Let's just keep going.
Sure. 20.
A 20. Okay. Now you've heard some things in your travel about Xarn. How it was a city of technological and magical advancements the world has never seen before, and it was the leaders were trying to create almost a sort of utopia centered around the sharing of knowledge and academics and learning about magic and science in tandem to create a better world. Then you also heard about the events that took place relatively 5 to 6 years ago now, of the tower exploding, of the creation of Xanabin, the Beholder, that took control of the Warforged. But you know that it was a center of learning, and there was the tower itself was also a place of learning, a university of sorts. And so now it's quiet and empty, but at one point you might have imagined it to be quite bustling and busy. And you would know that this is the center of the city. So you're in like a massive city, but you're contained within the tower at the moment.
How far are we from like the pool of juice?
You haven't arrived yet. At a certain point, Texworth will open up like you're in these like little narrow staircases that seem to have been quickly built within the walls. And he shows you, it looks like a little grate that opens up into like a tunnel. It's very small. A medium-sized creature would have to crawl through it. And when he opens it, he goes, I might not be able to show you the rest of the way, but this one will. And there's like a compartment in his back that opens up, and this little like rodent creature kind of pops out. And he's got like a little bit of clothes on and kind of like looks at you and with its back leg scratches at its ear. And you just hear it whisper and goes, follow me. And it jumps off and it scurries into the hole. And Texworth kind of looks in and he goes, these tunnels were built for the mouse folk. They used to manage the city, keep it under running properly.
How tall is this mouse? Is he taller than Neslan? No way.
He's shorter than you. He's like 2 feet tall.
Whoa. I think Neslan's the first time he's seen a mouse before. He's like, whoa, that's kind of cool. This whole time, and there's a mouse on his back, like. But I lean in to the robot, and I'm like, come here, and like I give him a little Italian peck on the smooch on the cheek, and then I run off.
And you hear him call off as you go into the tunnel. He goes, and if the worst befalls you, Neslan, you and I will always be one. Remember that.
I look back at him. You are inside me after all. And like my voice like echoes in the distance in the cave.
Beautiful,
Inside
beautiful.
me, inside me, inside me.
And I had a little wink, but that's my last words to him.
And I think like Texworth is just kind of standing there a little bit quiet, maybe a bit dumbstruck. And he kind of just slowly turns to Joe and he goes, watch over him, please. He's quite eccentric and insane. But he is required. Copperrain has deemed it so. Good. Best of luck to you.
Watch your head.
Where indeed. And just before you go, though, Texworth is going to go, just a moment before I forget. And then he pulls out, looks like a jar. It's more of like a canister, but it's got like a little window on the front of it.
Oh,
and inside is like this dark, almost like it's like dark green, almost black. And it's like a thick substance. And you are familiar with this because you've seen it very recently. It is a container of that same sap.
Neslan is amazed. Am I looking at that or?
You're already down the tunnel.
Yeah.
He looks at you and goes, I could not say for certain. It is not my expertise, but it belongs to you and your people. It is all I could get my hands on. The rest is already being loaded for some nefarious sort of contraption that Xanabin has been creating. I am. Dink, dink. And in you go. And it's a little short ways, some climbing, some awkward maneuvering, especially for you, Joe. You're pretty nimble, so maybe not so awkward. Maybe if you've got a bit of claustrophobia, it might start setting in a bit. Neslin, you're trying to keep up with the mouse folk, and it's just going really quickly.
I got the anti-anxiety medicine on.
Yeah, you do. And the little mouse folk will like go up around a corner, but then always like peek its head out so that you know which way to go. And inside these little tunnels, there's all these like little panels and things that seem to be blocked off with special magic wards. And the whole thing seems to be one massive contraption, all connected and intertwined in some way. And there are working pieces even here in these small spaces. And eventually, maybe after 30 minutes or so, there's another grate, but as he pushes it, you hear like the sliding of what sounds like stone, and the little mouse folk does a little gesture with its hands, a little spell component, and the grate just like pops open, and there's like a little bit of light coming into it, and you hear it crash down on the floor below.
I think we're here, boys.
Go. You must go quick. Into the pool.
And it like kind of climbs up onto the like sort of outside of the hole just quickly so that you can squeeze out, and it's just sort of like hanging on to the side of the wall.
So is it like
I'll just pick I'll pick Neslin up and I'll jump out.
Okay, so he comes up behind you and scoops you up, and the two of you pop out of the hole. As he's pushing you out, though, Nesla, is there something you wanted to do?
Well, yeah. Are we jumping into the pool, or
you're not into the pool? You're just like into the room. You haven't even seen the pool yet. But as he's pushing you out, you're maybe have to you fall 20 feet. It's just like a brick up in the ceiling not the ceiling, but high up on the wall that seems to have been popped off. And because you're being carried by Joe, he just lands completely effortlessly. And you see it's a large, relatively empty room. And it looks very familiar. Joe, you entered into Xarn Tower through a pool like this, but it was a little bit larger. The room itself was much larger, and it was like towering up above. Here it only goes up maybe 100 feet. And in the ceiling, there's this massive contraption covered in electrical energy. It seems to be sparking out, fusing with the ceiling. But what you see is the basin, and then there are 8 pathways that seem to lead to these archways, but they have all been closed off. There's like these large metal grates that have blocked the exits.
Very interesting.
And you'll hear just quickly as you're there looking around, and you hear "Hey, toss me the brick." And the little mouse folk is up on the top, and it's like, "Give me the brick."
Oh yeah, I'll throw it to him.
You toss it up, and it reaches out, and it almost like slips out, and it kind of pulls it in, and it wedges it back in place.
You don't want me to roll?
No, I do not.
Kills him.
And yeah, you roll a 1.
This dude.
And you see Neslin, there's like a little symbol of magic, same as the component that it used before on that same brick, as it kind of becomes like seamless with the rest of the wall. It doesn't even look like it was ever tampered with. And here you are in an empty room. There are these like not mounted, but there are these pedestals lining the pathways. There are 8 pathways I had mentioned, and atop them are these blue crystals.
But only one pathway is open, right?
None of the pathways are open. Only the center has the basin with the water, which you were told to go into. But of course, you have this empty room with the strange contraption in the ceiling.
So does Nesna understand how to start like the contraption? Is there any like
all right, bud,
instructions?
All in your lead.
No, what you're seeing. Well, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Sure.
And I'll ask you to roll it with disadvantage because it's covered
I'll also
in.
say like, hey, you know when I found you in the tower? Sorry,
Go ahead.
the lag.
You can cut me off. It's all good.
No, I'm just gonna tell Nez that when I found him in the tower, I appeared in a little pool just like this one, dude. But like I jumped down a chimney into the pool, and then I was transported to another pool. It seems like.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Were you
So,
wet?
It should be safe.
What kind of liquid was it?
Was I ever?
Eh, eh.
It was liquid like this, I think. I guess my hooves were wet.
Very interesting. By the way, I rolled a nat 1, but it's 4. I don't know if that counts.
Oh no.
I rolled a nat 1 because it's disadvantage. But my first roll was a nat 1 plus, but it's 4 total though.
4 total. Okay. Yeah, you're looking at it, and the longer you look at it, the more it just sort of blinds you. It's like the electricity is so powerful. It's like white, and it's just the light is beaming down and into your eye sockets, like and you can't make out anything. You see maybe like a few strands of like metal pieces kind of coming out of it, but the rest of it is blanketed in energy.
Can I walk up to the substance and like sniff it, and like inspect it?
The substance
Pool.
on the contraption? Oh, the pool. The
The
pool.
juice.
Okay, you go up to the pool, you give it a little sniff, and it doesn't smell like anything.
Okay, I take out one of my little jars, my alchemy kits, and I want to collect the specimen from the pool for later. You know.
Okay. All right. You fill it up.
Check the pH levels, make sure it's good to swim.
Yeah. You fill it up, and it looks like you have a jar of water.
But before I close the lid, I take a sip and then I top it up again.
Okay.
That's
So
it.
you're a little bit more hydrated.
Okay, so it's just water. God damn it. So yeah, Neslin's obviously looking for a way to use the portal, but I did roll 4, so like I'm lost basically.
Mhm.
Hello, Joe. Is there any ideas? You got any ideas with that big brain of yours?
Yeah, we're just gonna go stand in the pool, dude. Come
All
on,
right.
buddy. You wanna hold hands?
I'm good. My hands are a bit clammy.
Alrighty, come on.
You want some jerky? As I'm walking into the pool.
Ah, vegetarian, buddy.
You're lost. More for me. But yeah, I try to head into the pool. Can I submerge myself? Or
Pull out just like a half head of cabbage that I have in my robe.
The water is about like a few inches high, so it maybe comes up to Joe's ankles, and for you maybe like a little bit higher up. But it's not a lot. Like even if you laid flat, like you planked in the water, it wouldn't be that much. Wouldn't be that deep.
I plank in the water. Like,
Why did I say that?
maybe you have to be fully submerged.
No, buddy. Well, I guess if you want, like, dude, just chill. Do you need to hit this? Have you already hit this?
That's just my brain. Is there anything? Can I roll? Do any
Actually,
other roll to?
I lie down next to him.
Yeah. Okay.
I look up at the roof. It's like 100 feet up, and I smoke a puff underwater. But it's obvious doesn't do anything because it's underwater. And I just look up at the ceiling. Those are some big bricks.
Did you just wet the doink?
You just wet it. What the fuck?
That's a pile, bro.
Completely wasted.
I'll pull out another one.
Yeah, and the two of you are just laying there, all your stuff just getting wet.
Literally.
And you're looking up at this ball of white energy that's just like you look at it, and then like anywhere else you look, that it's like you still see it in your vision. It's so bright. And for a good while, nothing seems to happen.
Can I do like an
Close my
arcana
eyes.
check on the blob over there? Is there anything I could do?
You can do an Arcana check.
Is it within my touchable grasp?
No, it's 100 feet up in the ceiling. The machine.
Okay.
Are you talking about the water?
No, the
completely at
machine,
peace.
like the ball.
Okay.
So yeah, I just want to do an arcana check to try to understand, like, to figure out what's going on, basically.
Go ahead.
Just let it happen, brother.
22.
22. Okay. You feel a familiar sensation. There was a magical signature on Copperrain that seems to, or at least you're looking at this and focusing on the energies of this contraption, you're reminded of Copperrain. Like some source of her power might have come from this, or from the same origin as whatever is powering this.
So could Neslin assume that it's kind of like some type of core or some type of energy source from the Warforged?
You could.
Okay. Is there any like any type of button or contraption or like gizmo I could turn, like very like is there like an on switch basically?
There is nothing of the sort. And again, like you had tried to get a better look at it and you were unable to, and now you're like practically blinded by it. Even looking around, this doesn't look like a typical, workshop of sorts, or a like command control center. It's just there's a contraption in the ceiling and it's filled with electrical current.
Is there like there's no doors or anything, right? It's really just the ball at the top. There's the pool underneath us, and there's really nothing else besides like the brick wall that we left from, right?
Yeah, there's the blue crystals I had mentioned that sort of line the walkways. But other than that, it's pretty bare in the room.
Are the blue crystals lit?
They are not lit.
Are does it look like some type of power source?
It doesn't look like a power source. They look magical in nature just by the hue of them, but if any magic like that they might give off, you're not feeling at the moment.
So Neslin's definitely go up and touch the crystal.
Okay.
Tries to either like sense whether it needs magical energy, trying to understand if it's like an empty battery kind of thing.
Yeah. And so just carrying over that Arcana roll, you go over to it, and you feel distinctly that there is no power going through these. But you also feel like you could, with your conduit powers, put magic into it if you wanted to. You get that sensation from it. Like it's almost like an empty vessel of sorts. So the crystals themselves seem to be dormant, is what you gather.
Yeah, so I'll definitely try to inject some juice into there.
Okay.
How many is there? There's 5 of them?
There's a lot more than 5.
It's gonna be here for a while. Hey Joe, you want to help me out with this? I'll start with the first one though, and it's just to see if it's actually like
sure, buddy.
Receptive.
Yeah. You go up to one and you touch it and you focus on it, and when you do, you feel part of your magical force leave your body. And please mark off 1 spell slot.
Mamma mia.
And the crystal begins to glow. And you hear up above.
Peter, can I roll insight to see how I can help him?
Sure. And you see, Neslin, or you hear rather, the contraption in the ceiling begin to churn. Oh, it's
12.
Yeah, you're just still in the pool.
That's my boy.
Easily
For 12
Oh,
though!
Oh, 12. Okay. Well, with a 12, you think you might be able to use your own energy. Like you see him sort of, he's putting something into the crystal, something intangible. And if you have something coursing through you too, you might not be as familiar with it on like an academic level.
THC.
But you might be able to do the same thing. You would just have to try. But like I was mentioning, the ceiling begins to churn, and you hear this mechanical contraption begin to start up, and like an engine begin to go. And before you know it, before you can even move on to the next crystal or understand what's happening, lightning from the ceiling strikes down at the crystal and connects with the crystal.
What happens? Wow!
Nothing. It's just there's a literal line of electricity from the ceiling to the crystal, and the crystal is glowing blue.
Okay, but it seems like the other ones need to be lit up as well.
Keep it up, bud.
Yeah. So, like, my question is my wild magic like being triggered from this because it is being consumed? Spell slots are being consumed.
Very good point. Yeah, go ahead and roll for wild magic.
That's wild.
It's fucking wild, man.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
What are the chances? I rolled a
Everyone's
3.
a frog.
Roll a 3. We're good though, because
You would need to get a 1. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep going. Next one.
Yeah, I think you begin to walk over to the next one, and all of a sudden, like the machine just keeps picking up in noise. It gets louder and louder and louder, and you begin to hear the rippling of water. There's like little splashes on the edges of the basin as the water is sort of vibrating to the machine. And all of a sudden, every single crystal,
I think you did the job.
Beams of lightning strike down on all of the crystals. The room lights up in this blue and white glow. It's consuming the entire place. And the ground beneath your feet begins to shake.
Watch out, buddy. Neslin goes closer to the machine.
Well, are you? Is he not? Are you not in the pool now, Neslin?
He's not. He's standing outside.
Yeah, I had to go touch the freaking crystal. That's why.
Oh, I'll jump out of the pool then, because I don't want to go anywhere without Neslin, because I'm supposed to watch him.
Right.
So I'll just kind of like backhand spring up into the fucking. Whoop.
Yeah. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm catching him. Can I roll to catch him?
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Do not catch me, bud. A dexterity saving throw. That's yeah. It's a plus 11. I don't know if that matters to you at all. It's a 9 on the die, so dirty 20.
Very nice. Yeah, you begin to pull yourself up, and the second you get on flat on your feet, you get like this sensation, almost like a spidey sense, and you sort of dash over to the edge as like one of your back foot begins to sink into the water.
Yeah, that dashed.
And so yeah, you get to the edge and pull yourself.
What happens when I
before
dash
you
in
fall
here?
in? Oh, you dash. Nothing. You don't notice, or Neslin doesn't notice anything in particular. You just kind of become like a trail of lightning, and then like appear next to him or wherever you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy feet, eh?
Yeah, next one. Beautiful.
So is this portal opening? Is that what's happening?
Either.
Does this look like one of the things you came from?
Oh, dude, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'd never hit the thing. I just fell into the mist of the chimney. So maybe it's boiling the stuff. And then once the mist starts, then we freaking take a ride in the mist, you know?
That might just
Man,
be
I miss
it.
Dr. Ruggs.
So yeah, Neslin waits obviously to see.
I hope really hope Shear's taking good care of Dr. Ruggs for me like I asked. Hope they're taking good care of each other.
And now I just miss them.
This connects. Assume that it's picking up. Like
What happened?
It is picking up. The water seems to be at a steady rate now. It's kind of vibrating to the sounds of the machine. All the electricity has connected to the ceiling, and the machine in the ceiling is doing something. You can't see or tell what it's doing, but it's doing something.
So does Neslin assume he has to wait, or do I have to provide more magic to the crystals?
What does Neslin think he has
Definitely
to
gives more juice for sure.
do?
Give us some juice.
I'm gonna go to
All right, all right.
another crystal. I'm not sure if it's lit up the other one, but I'll give it a little turbo injection.
Okay. So as you approach it and you try to touch it, can you please make a dexterity saving throw?
Sure. 16.
A 16, you say. As you approach, even before your hand makes contact with it, a jolt of lightning is going to streak out from the crystal towards you, and you are going to take some lightning damage. Alrighty. Let me do this digitally because it'll take me forever to roll that many dice.
Oh, that's not good.
As a reaction.
That's what you want to hear.
Wait. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Is there somewhere that I can
Stop the count!
deflect? I want to do shenanigans. I
Oh
want
my
to deflect
God.
missile, but I have my lightning wraps. Is there some way that I could use deflect missile with the lightning wraps to to absorb the lightning damage by my deflect missile?
This will set a very unfavorable expectation for future events. What I'm going to say is
no.
that you can,
Terrible press.
if you do it, well, no, you know what? If you want to do it,
wrong.
if
You're
you want to
not
do
wrong.
it, I'll let you do it.
Okay.
I'll let you do it. I'll let you do
I
it.
could just take the damage as well.
You could.
What would Joe do?
I just want to know if would Joe do this in the moment?
I
Because
want to
this
take
is
the
like
damage. Let me take the damage.
You
At
wanna-
least. Like I don't have to deflect the missile though. I'll just take the damage straight up.
We could share the shock, because there's amount of voltage, and the voltage is distributed amongst a larger person.
You're trying to Prince Zuko the lightning is what you're trying to.
Yeah. If there's a lightning coming at Neslin, I think Neslin is more important than me.
So Joe, describe
not
how
what
you protect Neslin.
That is what I was trying to do, is Prince Zuko the lightning, but but I'll just take it if I don't.
Okay. So you reach out to Neslin and you grab him. Oh, okay. Sorry, delayed. My
I
bad.
guess more of that spidey sense with the lightning, and I'm going to do like a spin, like back kick, and my wraps will, like. Yeah, no. Sorry. Like the spinning back kick is gonna like trail and like connect with the trail of lightning.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna kind of like, I want to kind of jump and kick with the other leg to release it, if that makes sense. If you can even hear me or understand me, I don't know.
I do hear you. I do understand you. It's just when I understand you, to you will be a little bit strange, maybe. But as you do this, you do your intricate little flip. You pull the electricity through Neslin, through your wraps, and out your kick.
That delay is like 10 seconds.
It's pretty
or
bad.
Like 12 seconds.
And the electricity is going to arc out of you, just kind of like disperse out of you. But you will take the damage in place of Neslin. And so whenever you hear that, I'm sure you'll be happy. So you're going to take 27 points of lightning damage.
My hero!
Fuck.
Yeah. And we'll just wait till he hears that.
We're living in the future, baby.
Neslin is shook. So what happened to Neslin?
Neslin feels okay.
Is my mustache curl up?
Yeah, maybe your hair is all up on end and your beard and mustache and stuff.
Hair?
Do I get to reduce that
Here.
or not at all?
You don't get to reduce it.
All right, definitely not doing that again. That's for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Nestle is just like, I think we should just wait. Don't want that to happen again.
And wait, we shall.
Perfect, no problem. Thank you. I'm
Oh gosh. Okay. So as the two of you are there around all this energy and this mysterious contraption above you, the pool undulating, you we'll move away. He's laughing, but I have no idea what he's laughing at.
That was funny.
We'll move away over to Vitraland. The early morning, or maybe even during the night, the sound of rain starts off slow as a drizzle and begins to pick up until morning, when it is a full downpour. And the sky is gray, and there is a heavy, thick cloud sitting directly above Vitraland.
I didn't think it would be actual rain. It brings. Can I tell if this is like part of like Xanabin's magic thing?
You can make a magic check, a nature check, or Arcana, whichever you prefer.
No, I'll do nature. Thank you.
He says to the druid.
Yeah. Bonk. Nature. 6, 17. 17.
17. It's difficult to tell when you stand under it, or when you smell the rain. It is all intents and purposes. It is rain. It is water, and it's coming from a cloud. But there's something certainly off about it.
Can I detect portal?
Can you detect portal? There's a portal all around you at this point.
Yeah, it's here, guys. I am feeling all my senses are going insane. It's
Let
here.
the rain fall down.
Yeah, but what I wanted to say to Misha is that this is water, but it has been changed on like on a fundamental level. It's water, but it's also something else at this point.
It's water and it's something else at this point, guys.
Like salt water, or
Can I stick on my tongue and taste? Bleh.
Tastes like rainwater.
Tastes like rainwater.
Can I investigate it? Or is it just Arcana? Because it's a magical.
I mean, you can investigate it. Whatever you prefer.
I want to try it.
Might not get the answer you want, but you know.
Oh, I got a 28. Do I get an answer?
I think your investigation tells you that this is very similar as to what happened. I guess minus the rain. What happened in? It happened in Dewharst. There was the rain that had fell from the cloud, and there was also the cloud in Windrow. But this is the same cloud, and so the last time it rained, like from one of these clouds, there were Warforged that were literally pulling themselves out of the puddles of the water.
Yeah. No, I was just wondering if maybe I could tell what's the difference from actual water. But I do know that they're portal sort of, not technique, but magic.
The moment Misha says it's here, though, I think Lyria's going to run and start gathering people and like, group up!
I don't know if there's many people to gather up, to be honest. It's just us.
Or like someone's in the kitchen, like having a snack or something. It's like, get out here. Looks at Edmund.
Eddie's getting ready by his wall. How much wall could I have made in that week? It's a large creature. I think Sheems put, was it for every use I get 8 what was it, 8 feet?
8 feet.
8 feet.
8
Oh,
feet
eight,
of
eight
wall.
connected 5-foot cubes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They could be a large object, or contained within a 10-foot cube. So let's say each cube is 10 feet. Or 8 connected 5-foot cubes.
Yeah. Well, it's do you want like a you want like a long wall that you can create as cover essentially for people?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So just well, you would have had technically 5 days to do this. So we could say a wall per day. Realistically, we could say that the materials you needed to, because you need the wood, you need the actual wood to be able to cast the spell, from what I gathered. So maybe
all the trees. There wasn't there like a lot of trees and stuff.
Yeah, but these materials are like massive. They're too large almost for the walls you want to make from them. You could probably use like a little like chunks
Like
of them.
sections, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you'll gather some materials from them. So we'll say 5 times the 8 by 1, or no, not 8 by 1, the 5 by 1 walls. Right. Now they're 5 feet each. Yeah. For each section is 5 feet. So
Yeah.
okay. And just give me a moment here because I know Bernie is having some trouble with his internet. Bernie, would it be better if you didn't have your camera on? You think that would help?
Yeah, I'll give that a shot for sure.
Yeah, because I think we need you here. You know.
Let me try.
Yeah.
We need you.
No
Hey.
FPS counter.
Oh,
Promise you
Okay.
can't hear me.
we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Went up to 10 for a second there.
That's his
It was
prop,
actually
boy.
getting better right before you turned it off.
Jeez.
So Edmund, just write that down someplace so that like you can
Temporary.
remember and I can remember about the walls. Yeah, you have them set up. Where do you want to place them relative to the hearth or the main building, I suppose? Because the goal is to protect the angels, and they're all here for the most part. One of them is like part of the hearth.
Where's I guess it'd be the direction from the cloud that the cloud's coming from, because we have a clear direction where it's coming at us, right? Or I guess I would ask the group too. Before.
Yeah, it was coming. So it was coming from the west, but overnight it's sort of just blanketed the entire region.
Okay, shit. Yeah, I guess it'd be like the most vulnerable area that we can't really defend.
Okay. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I will.
that in
I'll even I could ask the group too. I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna finish building this wall. Like I have like a big piece, like this droid walking with it. Like, any suggestion, guys?
You're the boss.
I guess we'll block off possible roads so they can be funneled to where we're gonna make our stand. But they can fall from the sky. I don't know if you can block them from getting in.
Yeah, I think if anything, let's break up the ground and stop puddles from forming under our feet.
Misha, is there anything you could do about that?
I'm checking. The best I could do is help you guys breathe underwater if it gets too flooded.
I hope it doesn't come to that.
Or instead of a wall, like a big old roof.
A dome.
You could make a roof.
I think I'll do that. Instead, I'll start building the wall. I'll be like, wait, this is all wrong. And start building a big old like umbrella, like a big old clock roof above. Just
A clock gazebo.
It's like designed like a clock.
to cover, I guess, the hearth. That's the most important place?
Yeah, the hearth is it's indoors, but you could extend from the main building, sort of a area where the rain doesn't reach.
Yeah, I think I go with that. And then if I could into it, I'll build some sort of like amplifier to put those slots, those two gears that I gave Lyria and Taurus.
Okay.
So it'll be like right above the dome, kind of like blasting over. I'll make like kind of cones, like to funnel the sound.
Beautiful. Are there like little like pipes and you can like talk into them or something, or you just like a button you press?
It has like a slot for those two gems, and not gems,
Okay,
two
that's
gears
okay.
that
That's
I
cool.
gave them to play
Right, so they're
there.
portable, but they can put them in.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the activation for? Like, do we you would activate those instead, or anyone could activate it?
Essentially by like slotting it in to that area.
But it's already slotted. What I'm getting at is like, how does somebody benefit from the ability that Lyria and Taurus put into the gems, like during combat per se?
Well, we're doing a bit of shenanigans here.
That's what I'm.
So
I want to be clear on what the shenanigans are.
It'll be an action to use. Whatever action it is to activate your specific feature, instead of just targeting. What is it? It's probably one creature you can target with the feature. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It'll be like whatever the range of amplification is, Edmund. If there's a number for that. If there isn't, though, I'll come up with one.
Yeah.
And it will affect everyone in that area, essentially.
Sweet.
As opposed to one.
Okay. But it'll be up to me and Taurus or Lyria and Taurus to activate it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure that we don't I'm not waiting.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not waiting for it to be activated and then we never use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or essentially what I was thinking, whoever has those two gems or those gears with your recordings could slot them in to this little horn and it'll play it. So you guys don't necessarily need to be here, but it'll play.
Well, I'm going to rule it that they do have to, just because the infusion is to cast like the message spell or like amplified message, but they're the ones who are activating their feature with the message.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. So maybe you go over with them a little bit as you're maybe reconfiguring some things. You didn't, just adding that on quickly onto the wall early in the morning. And you see Yargo, he gets up, he's very serious. He goes outside into the rain. And he makes himself larger, maybe about like 20 feet tall. And he goes between those two carvings that he made. And he looks up and you see he goes and he spits like a massive loogie out over the edge of the cliff. And he puts his hands onto the two giant backs, the wooden giant backs. And as you can see, anybody who's watching him, you see his hands sort of submerge a few feet into the wood. And they begin to crack, and there's like these veins of cracks that kind of arch out and fill up with this vibrant, radiant energy. And the carvings, they come up and they draw their weapons, and they both look up at the sky, one with their shield and sword and the other with the shield and axe. And they have these big grins that kind of plaster their face and out of the wood and the cracks. And you see he stands there for a moment with them. Inside the hearth, the coals are cracking and there are embers that are wisping off of it. And a large wave of heat comes out. And you can even, if you're standing outside, it's rather frigid. And there's a big puff of hot air that you can see escape out of the windows and the door. And the coals are almost breathing. And as this warmth comes over you, you hear such a faint little voice in your mind that goes, I will protect you. I will protect you from the terrible magic. And you feel empowered all of a sudden, and protected and safe in this warmth. And Boginia is there, and she's maybe a little bit scared. She's kind of hanging on to Misha. And she's kind of like shaking a little bit, but she looks at you and goes, she goes, I'm gonna stay and fight too.
You got this, Boginia.
And she
Be
like opens her
careful.
mouth, like her like fangs show them.
I'll show mine too.
No.
Got it, girl.
And then she gets like a little bit of, confidence, and she'll kind of scuttle up onto your back and go, and she's like hissing at the sky.
Yeah.
With the warmth of the heat, Alberic, you feel prepared for battle with your signature weapon. It begins to grow warm on your back or in your hands, however you're holding it at the moment. And it too seems to almost resonate with the heat of the hearth.
Yeah, well, I mean, if like battles about to commence, he would have taken it off his back and was kind of just like holding it amidst his two palms.
And in this moment, the rain is coming down, and you begin to hear thunder in the cloud, and flashes of light. Something is coming.
I would like to take this opportunity to quickly look at my teammates and just preemptively cast water breathing. Just to be safe.
Thank you.
Not concentration. I remember that.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I can cast up to 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4. What are we, 8, 9? And then 1 for Bulgaria.
Oh.
Let's go, girls.
Mhm.
Yep.
You have been meditating for much of these 5 days. And I think now that the hearth seems to come alive more than before, and there was never anyone that came to light it. It's always just been lit. You feel inside of you, or not inside of you, but attached to you, that sword that you now wield. It is intertwined with your weave. And it seems like it's trying to speak to you.
Maybe I just start swinging it.
Yes! Yes. Do you feel that, Torres? It is victory. Bring it to me. Give me the most glorious victory ever. Give us victory.
Do I feel any kind of way now that I am the victorious owner of the Sword of Victory? Does it like infuse me with the desire to be victorious?
I think so. I would hope so. But you, especially now, and I mean the same could be said for all of you, are more powerful than Asgavalion. You've come to a point where you are greater than his strength. And so as a conduit, it's speaking to you, but it's the remnants of Asgavalion. And maybe it rubs off on you a little bit.
Mhm.
He's incredibly excited. It's incredibly confident. But you are in control of it, of that energy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll lead into it.
Okay.
Oh, yes. I will strike Xanabin where he's never been struck before. Straight through the heart.
Lyra raises an eyebrow in your direction.
Sorry. There's something in my throat.
Excellent.
Hey, you know what? Inspired by your confidence, I'm gonna give you freedom of movement as a spell. So for an hour, as I touch you, you get your movement is unaffected by difficult terrain and spells, and other magical effects can neither reduce the target's speed nor cause the target to be paralyzed or restrained. And just more, so I'll give you the rest.
Hell yeah, dude.
And again, it's 1 hour. Hopefully, it will come in handy right off.
Beautiful.
Thumbs up.
Is that concentration?
Nope.
Ooh.
Damn. Okay, I see what you guys are doing
Wait, let me check. Unless I'm wrong, but I don't think there was.
here. Yeah, well, we can double check after. Somebody just mark that down so we do not forget, because
It's not! Yay.
beautiful. And if everyone is prepared and if everyone has steeled themselves, the storm is going to churn yet again. So does anybody want to stop me? Quick.
I don't think I have
No?
anything else to do now.
I look at the
Are
heart.
we all good?
Fryroda, hurry up!
I think I'm gonna take this last moment to conjure up another little droid
Oh, nice. Yes.
before I have time.
Yes,
Before I lose time, and then be like, Inky 2. It's the same exact droid, but he has a
The
little
sequel.
he has a little 2 on
Electric
his head.
Boogaloo.
Yeah. He actually has a little lightning bolt on his back.
Yeah.
His underside.
Take a tag.
He's sticking close by to you. And Taurus, with your words, the hearth breathes out and you hear its voice. And it goes, I am already here. I am here with you to keep you safe.
Keep all of us safe.
Of course.
Very well. We will be victorious. Victorious. I have to think about that.
You got something good going there. I like where that's going. But in this moment, the storm grows louder, the thunderclaps grow exponentially more booming. And you see the cloud begins to crack and part. Bolts of lightning over the sea strike out randomly, and something begins to pull itself down from the cloud. A tower, protruding upside down, begins to descend. The tip of it, a large clock, are stained glasses along the outer rim of it, and there is electricity coursing all around it. And at the center of the clock, an eye begins to form. And loud as the thunder, a voice booms over Vitrolan. I have come to destroy magic. And I have come to destroy the resistance. Today is the day you are reduced to nothing. Your very memories erased from this world, crushed to dust under my power. And when I am done here in Irea, I will destroy all magic in the rest of the world. And there will be a never-ending future for all of us. And the bolts of lightning strike out on the earth around Vitrolan, and great pillars of electricity begin to lurch out like tentacles with large eye stalks as they begin to form. And the heavy rain has created large saturated puddles of water in the earth and the grass. And you see machine parts reach out from them all around the lodge, pulling themselves up. Warforged of different sizes and models, with red glowing eyes, begin to stand. And the thunder and lightning echoes out. And I would ask everyone, including those inside the tower, to roll initiative, please.
Oh, it's beautiful.
My God, because the camera pans over the battle and like it focuses on your fighters as they stand in formation. Ordos flies off because I don't want him caught up.
Beautiful.
Never seen anything so magnificent.
And Edmund, you hear the ticking louder than ever. It is literally within sight.
I would like to remind Taurus he has a bane.
I used my bean.
He did use it.
You did?
Another
Okay.
one? Okay.
Another.
Yeah, when he was
Right,
wrestling.
right.
This little guy.
Even Bane, he beat me.
That's Taurus, all right.
I got it. Yeah.
So we will do the initiative order now. We'll figure it all out. But that is essentially where we will end the session for today.
Ow, that hurt. Oh, that hurt.
So we'll prepare the initiative
Ready
now so
for
that it's
fight.
done and we can start with combat next session.
Mhm.
Damn.
Indeed.
Stage, set, match.
Game.
So we'll just
I
go.
got a 10.
Okay, wait. I'll just go down the list here. We'll start with Albric. I'll just go down the portraits here on the stream. So Albric, what did you get? But just give me a second before you say anything. Okay, what did you get? 15.
15.
Okay. Edmund.
7.
7. All right.
Totally made
Shira.
stone.
I mean,
10.
Rosetta.
Ending 7.
10.
10. Oops, that didn't work. Why is that not working? Okay. Little Joe Ali.
Let's see how long.
Is he muted?
21.
Ah, there you go.
Oh,
Oh, he's gone again.
okay.
What?
Misha.
6.
6.
It's okay. I'll be able to.
Chill ass Dragon
Taurus?
Balls. We're not trying to show
17.
anything proved.
Lyria.
Our art takes time. to
11.
accomplish.
That's what I'm talking about.
And Neslin.
16.
We're too busy doing our handshake to start attacking.
I did some of these rolls for the NPCs that are on your team, but I forgot Buginias. So let me do that now. Oh, no, I didn't. She's there. Oh, there's 2 Buginias for some reason. Okay, get rid of that one.
Look, she go twice at once.
No, that's all right. And then this, okay, that's a 1. So that is 9. All right.
Oh, just in time, Shy.
Ladies and gents, that is this episode of The Eye's Head. We can wind down now. Okay, everyone doesn't have to be so,
Anxious.
Unclench
battle.
your
Okay, bye. Good
buttholes.
night.
No, wait.
No.
we got 10 minutes, we could just we can chat. Everyone wants EXP. There's no more EXP to give. I
Yeah.
already let everyone be
We're
like,
Whoa.
It's the
It's
best
Hey, let's
gift
go
of
level
all.
21.
Right.
Nee.
But no, that was great. I came here today, and I was on my schedule. It said by 8 o'clock combat was going to start. I just want people to know that the RP and the planning was I liked it so much that I was just like, no, we'll just do this level 7.
Oh, okay.
Feels good, man. Feels good.
It does. It does.
No, we-
And I think it'll make the combat more exciting next session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Well, yeah, because we get to go right into it again. So it's
Yeah.
get to plan a bit now.
Yeah. Well, Shadim
more.
will just go over like the walls you wanted to make. We'll finalize them, and I'll actually put them into the. There will be a battle map for next session, so I'll show you the battle map and where you want to place the ceilings or the roofs. Sorry, the shelter, and so we can place it someplace that you think is the most advantageous. And just to clarify, the tower is protruding out of the cloud, but it's like over the ocean. Like past the cliffside. Yeah.
Oh, the ocean.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hi.
Ocean.
Yeah.
Can we go over some item stuff with everybody?
Sure.
I think so, because I feel like it's kind of it ruins the flow of the episode when we try and do inventory management in the middle of everything. But I think that the belt of strength thing that Edmund gave is super useful. Like, does anybody have free attunement slots for that?
21 strength.
Yeah, I already have 20 strength. So.
I've never really dealt with attunement stuff, so I don't know.
It's good for saving throws. If you feel like your strength save is really low, this will boost it up a lot. So
Like the con
one
one doubled
actually.
my health, essentially.
Holy
So
crap.
that was that's way more useful to me than having strength.
How do I know how much attunement?
At the bottom of your sheet, in your inventory tab, there should be a list of attunement items.
Oh, okay, yeah, I have 2 more.
Nice.
You have 2 more?
I have 2 more slots.
Okay, so I have a secondary thing, which is this is a question for Peter. The Slick Silver Saber. It says that the attunement is imposing your will over the monster itself. Does that count as a slot?
Yes, it counts as an attunement slot.
Okay, then Misha, I have a ring for you. The Ring of Water Elemental Command, because between my bow, which I absolutely need, and then the Necklace of Constitution, I can only have 1 more, and I need it to be the oozes.
Yeah.
So the Ring of Water Elemental Command is like super powerful. Because we killed that water elemental, or one of you summoned a water elemental and I killed it to make a point. It has control water, it has create or destroy water, it also has dominate monster at 8th level, it has ice storm at 4th level, and wall of ice at 6th level.
Cool. I'll take it if you don't need it.
Wall of ice?
If no one,
Wall of ice is like super strong.
Yeah.
From what I can tell here, it's
More
crazy.
shelter?
I think that's like one of the spells I could prepare to, but I'm not sure.
Also,
Yeah.
Misha, what's your strength?
My strength, like a saving throw?
No,
+3.
just strength.
Oh, +3. It's 16.
Oh, I got a 10. Can I yoink that giant bill?
Yes.
I think that will like help me, especially if, like you guys said, grapple checks. I lose those.
I can also like already summon an elemental anyway, so I can become an elemental myself. So
That's true. It would free up a spell slot though.
Essentially, yeah. That's why, and because like the spells that are on here, you can upcast them as well. I believe.
It has charge.
Also, you just use. I don't know. You'd have to read the ring.
Yeah.
Questions. Peter, are you able to go into my character sheet and take this ring and give it to Misha?
Yeah, I think Misha should be able to just equip it. If it's in your inventory, that means it's accessible to everyone in the campaign.
Is it?
Did Shira say she wanted the ring or the brace?
Even if it's custom.
No, I want the belt. The giant
Yeah.
belt.
Okay, yeah.
Rosetta says she would take.
Yeah. It's hard to adjust. I understand. Changing my name in the middle of campaign.
Right,
after so many
sorry.
hours.
End of it.
Sorry, not middle.
I don't
end.
mean to use
The middle. Oh no!
I was just
Yo,
trolling.
imagine this is the middle.
6 years. What the fuck?
And Misha, that the healing I gave you, I think it's 2d8 Yeah. You responded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
got
2d8 plus 4. You got 8 uses.
8 freaking you. That's insane.
Damn, dude.
It's touch, so I guess you could, if you press it against somebody, you could use it on them.
I
Is
wonder
it-
if it's like I press the button and then when I touch someone after.
Yeah. Is it giving the person access to a spell that they
Yes.
can what is it, cure wounds?
Yeah.
Or okay, so yeah, you
At
can
the
cast it
second
on
level.
the people. It's just you're the one who's activating the magic from the device
Yeah.
Does it have charges?
6
Yeah.
times.
8 actually.
8?
Anything with charges, I can recharge. By the way,
It
so
went
use
up.
your items willy nilly.
I see. Yeah, I'll be on top of that.
But it requires an action.
Very cool.
I forgot to ask. Water breathing. It says the spell grants up to 10 willing creatures you can see. Does that include me?
You can see your own
If you're
hand.
wearing the ring, you get water breathing and swimming for free.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Then. I
perfect.
don't even gotta worry about that.
And I think Siege, you had one of Neslin's staffs.
Yes, I did.
Which one was it? Just so Neslin knows.
I remember it being green. Hold on.
Oh,
a
the
while ago. That was back.
It was a while ago. Ring of Water Elemental Command.
It was probably the spider stuff.
Well, you had a bunch of stabs, so
Only 2.
There it is.
only 2. I thought you had 3.
Hot tamales.
You had you had a spider one. You had
Spider
the
staff,
undead
yeah,
one.
staff, and then I have a wand of magic missile.
Wand. Okay.
I don't think I wrote it down. Oh, God.
Holy moly.
Okay. Well, Nezla, which staff do you prefer to have?
Well, I gotta choose. Well,
Oh no, but you had already figured that out. You didn't have you
Spider.
didn't have any items on you when you did the test. That's why you couldn't spider climb.
yeah, I was naked though. That's why.
Yeah, you were naked.
Rosetta, you have one more free attunement slot.
No, with the hill giant, I'm packed now. I got 3.
Okay, so for anyone, I don't know if this is worth it for anybody. This is really good as well. I have the pink gem pop ring, so that gives you can cast petrification once a day.
Oh yeah.
It came in
Within 30
clutch.
feet, con save DC 16. It's pretty great, but it is just like a one use thing.
Hmm.
It doesn't recharge?
Recharges every day.
Oh, okay.
And is it charges? Hold on.
Illyria's got the good shit.
Oh, you know what? I have a rapier though that I don't really use in fights because it's kind of like not as good as my rest of equipment that I could drop for the ring.
Maybe it doesn't say Peter in the ring notes, but if you, I don't know if you want to just rule it as it has one charge and it recharges at dawn daily, essentially, so that maybe potentially Taurus could recharge it.
No, I'm gonna say specifically it can't be charged by Taurus. Hey, look, that came in really clutch one time. It can happen again. I think one try is pretty good, you know.
Okay. I will copy and paste for you,
Thank you.
Rosetta. Essentially, what I've been doing for some of these items, because Peter keeps giving them me off the cuff, is that I have like a thing that I had made at one point that did require attunement, and then I just changed the name for placeholder 4, and then I write in the attunement item I need, and then I write in all the notes. So I don't know if that helps you if you want to keep track of attunement stuff. We're at the end of the campaign anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I mean, we can keep going a little bit more if there's a bit of extra back end planning people want to do.
I just have questions about the ring that I was just given, actually.
Okay.
One part of it says you can expend 2 of the ring's charges to cast Dominate Monster on a water elemental. In addition, you can stand on and walk across liquid surfaces as if they were solid ground. I can speak Aquan. Does that I have to use 2 charges to get those buffs, right? Because it says in addition,
I don't think
or is
so.
it like a passive?
Wait, it's in your character sheet, right?
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
it's
I'll
in the
look at
same
it
paragraph.
quickly because it'll be easier for me to remember what my intentions were when I wrote it at the time.
Right, because there's
Uh,
also a second part of the ring that says if you help slay a water elemental while
Is that
attuned to
one?
the
I mean,
ring.
that might just be like an actual item from the.
No. So you can expend 2 of the ring's charges to cast Dominate Monster on a water elemental. In addition, you can stand on and walk across liquid surfaces as if they were solid ground. You can also speak and understand Aquan. And then if you slay the water elemental, you get the rest of the spells that the ring can do.
Okay, but since I didn't slay the elemental myself, I can't use those, right? I would assume.
No, it's fine now. The ring has been unlocked.
Okay.
It was just like it needed to absorb more water elemental energy before it became like the true item.
Gotcha.
And the way you read it was exactly how I think I would have read it too. So yeah,
I saw your punctuation.
There you go. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, you can walk on water. You can breathe underwater.
Oh damn. I can speak to that fish guy back at the lake.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait. So I could have understood. Well,
Oh,
totally.
Too late.
Shit.
What fish guy?
Yeah.
Lyria, your item.
Avoid the question.
You said your item needs attunement by what was it? Overcoming the spirit of the ooze or something. Do I need to do that?
No, because I'm controlling it on you.
Okay. Sick.
Is that going to require concentration?
The ooze thing, no.
No, but
I give a command, and it's a creature.
Oh,
Essentially.
okay.
It has its own intelligence, and
Okay.
essentially, I've commanded it to protect Taurus.
Nice.
Sick.
And it has a range for like where it's alive. I think it's 100 feet, so it's actually pretty far.
Yeah, something to keep in mind though. So you're not giving him the saber because you need the saber to control it.
So I have to give him the dress.
You have to give him the dress. So if he moves out of the range, it'll just turn into a dress on him.
It can't just fuse to his armor if he's out of range.
Well, I mean, it could. It just won't give him the benefits, essentially. I mean, it would give him benefit. Well, he's already wearing armor, so he wouldn't be able to.
Taurus, say yes to the dress.
No, the dress is pretty good. It's pretty good. Gives you like 20 AC or something.
Please.
It does, yeah.
Which is probably less than Taurus's AC, actually.
Yeah.
You have like 24 or some shit.
24, baby.
So
But that's
funny.
with my shield. So.
Insane.
Hold on, I gotta like.
Man,
Wait, if I gave you the dress, I have to take off some AC from myself.
I'll take whatever items people don't want either. I have so many slots now.
Yeah, we can manage. Let's manage the rest of the items in the Discord chat.
Alright.
And for now, as we wrap up, before I do the sign off, is there any thoughts? How you guys feeling as players? You know, or feeling about your characters and the journey?
I feel great.
Actually, yeah, that's a good question.
You know, if
I
you wanna
can't
think about
wait
it.
to meet Neslin. I can't wait for
Yeah.
Andy and Neslin to meet. I want to be gross little dudes. and
Yeah.
make, like, weird
I
things.
was thinking the exact same thing when you were talking about the world and how you see like your character was saying like, oh, I see the world and I see all the little ticking of every little thing. And Neslin sees the world the exact same way, but with freaking wild magic. It's so funny when you were saying that. I was like, bruh, you're like the same person.
I already see the weird potion catapult. It's
Oh my god. It's gonna be freaking me out.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Oh,
Neslin definitely
shit.
has some like
The mug.
sketchy blueprints. And when we hang out one day, he'll show him all my crusty bad drawings, and he'll be like,
Oh,
"Let's
yeah.
create some crazy like."
Bring the
bombers."
crust.
Will you share one of your mushrooms too, Neslin?
Actually, I do have some gizmos in my bag from my
Ooh.
in my backpack from like a billion years ago, and yeah, I'll definitely show them to you when we get the chance. But
Mm-hmm.
It'll be cool.
Old gizmos. I like that.
It's been fun. This character went from like not liking most of you,
Yeah,
most of you not liking him.
I didn't mind them.
Everyone was so like passive aggressive with Taurus.
Now we're family.
My
Mhm.
God.
Family.
What?
Who's the character before?
Except for you.
Lugaru. No.
Jacques Labuscan.
Yes,
And you would
please.
say Lugaru or something when you transform.
Oh,
You say-
Hey, my mic is muted. You just heard me from our apartment.
Pumping yourself up in the background.
No, that
Big
does
car
sound right
workout.
though. It does sound right. Yeah.
My
Oh,
That is
God.
God.
crazy.
Big ass
Yeah.
wild shapes and stuff. My gosh.
Hmm.
It'll be Beast Boy out there.
He
Oh.
a jaw like a extra fangs or something. I
Yeah.
forgot what your transformation was. If it was claws or fangs.
I think it was both.
Oh yeah.
I think I had like a special necklace so I could do
Oh okay.
that. And
Cool.
So guys, what do you think about this? Okay. So we'll create a backpack that's powered by Neslin, and I'll be strapped as a backpack onto sorry, what's your name? I totally forgot. Edmund's back, and literally he'll be running around with I don't know, like be some type of flamethrower, and he just like I'll just be casting freaking like what's it, like poison gas or something, and he'll just be freaking unloading it through the freaking tube.
I forgot too. Don't worry.
You're
about it.
just
I got
getting
ink. He's a
singed.
flamethrower. It's beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
We have all kinds of possibilities, guys.
Yeah.
Aren't
Yeah,
you
Pierre's
big
like, I
as
can't let you guys meet.
Literally.
Writing down furiously, kill Neslin before. Oh no, it'll be great.
I got revivified, baby.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
And doesn't that one have wish too?
Well, don't spoil it, guys.
Can't cast it if he's dead. Shh.
Don't spoil. That's the. If we all fail, I'll have to whip out the wish card.
Oh, no.
Okay, it's your last saving card. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Wishes
but-
for a best friend.
Make
The
wish
depressed
for-
clown comes back.
Oh no.
Make the clown a giga chat. He comes in like freaking breaks one shots freaking the final boss. That'd be amazing.
Oh,
Imagine my wish is make the clown as strong as freaking the final boss. That'd be crazy.
Wow.
Oh. Not even for you gotta spend your wish
I
on
put them
someone
in a
to fight the
1v1
boss,
arena.
not just kill the boss.
We just watch the two of them fight.
It's like setting
Like-
two computer players in Smash Brothers. And who's gonna win?
oh my gosh.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place for us to wind off. Wind off.
What'd you say?
What does that even mean? You wanna wind
Find
down?
out.
Wait, what does wind off mean? Huh?
Don't worry about
I'm not cranking one out and I'm winding off. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
What kind of weird pig dick you have with your winding?
Oh my god.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, and for being here for the finale. It means a lot. We will be picking this back up this week on Thursday at 7:30 p.m.
Wow.
So don't miss it.
Don't
Tell your grandparents and your uncles and your cousins or something. I don't know. Get as many people here to watch combat. That'll be the greatest introduction to D&D ever.
math.
Lots of
Longest.
turns and going, oh, I think I'm gonna actually I think I'm gonna pick this one. Oh, I can't do that, it's an action. It's gonna be the entire session. But we love it. We love
We
it.
love it.
And don't forget that you can find us, the Hexagon TTRPG, on pretty much all the socials. We're on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. You can watch our VODs on YouTube. And of course, you can find us here, follow us, subscribe, please. And join our Discord, because you get better notifications from Discord than you do Twitch. So it's just better to join the Discord. And if somebody can plug that in, that would be great.
Already done.
There it is.
Yeah.
Bro.
You're
Become a row bro.
Yeah.
If you become a row bro, you get to meet Shy, and Shy's awesome. So
Heck yeah.
but that's about it for tonight. We are the Hexagon, and we're Hexagon. Until
Bye-bye.
Thursday. Bye bye.
Have a good night.
Ciao.
Peace.